My name is Mike Edmonds, and I work as a swine nutritionist in trying to develop diets that help producers be more efficient and also in producing leaner pork for today's consumer. I'm a volunteer and I like doing human nutrition work, trying to help people learn more about what's needed in a healthier diet. In this video, we're going to talk about sodium. Now, sodium is a very important nutrient because it does help in the digestion of nutrients in our body, and it's very important to have that for a variety of functions. However, you don't want to overconsume sodium. In diets, it's recommended that you try to be about 2,300 milligrams of sodium in a day, and yet 95% of North Americans consume well beyond 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. And it's hard to do in diets if you're consuming a lot of processed foods. Now, processed foods are like lunch meats, mustards, ketchup, gravies, seasoned rice, pasta mixes, just a variety of products have a lot of added sodium or salt in the product. So again, you want to try to limit the sodium in a diet. And another reason for that is sodium also, high levels can lead to cardiovascular disease, higher blood pressure and stroke, and serious problems like that. So you want to try to reduce sodium. Let's look at some foods and see some of the sodium levels that are in them. For example, here's a product that has 170 calories and it has 530 milligrams of sodium. Now, my rule of thumb is if you can have your calories be close to what your milligrams of sodium is, that would be good. So if you had a 2,000 calorie diet in a day and your sodium was around 2,000 or a little above, that'd be quite good. But when your sodium levels are 3 to 4 times higher than your calorie levels in a food, it's hard to get your sodium levels down into a safer or more acceptable range. For example, here's another food that has 210 calories and 460 milligrams of sodium. Again, that's a lot of salt put into products like this. Here's an Alfredo mix. One serving of this on pasta is 690 milligrams of sodium. Again, very high levels of sodium there. Here's another example of a processed food. A cheese product here has 100 calories and has 610 milligrams of sodium. That's 6 times the calories. That's a lot of sodium or salt being put into foods. And then you look at a product like this. This has a serving of 230 calories and 930 milligrams of sodium. That's a very, very high level of sodium or added salt in this product. It would be better to take like brown rice, whole grain rice, and cook that, add some garlic powder and other seasonings to it, use a very small level of salt to season, and you'd have a much healthier product than having something that has so much salt in it in the diet. So again, preparing whole foods, your own cooking, and watching what you do to that would make it healthier. Now, there are products out there that are trying to work on reducing salt. Here's a whole grain cracker that's called Hint of Salt. And in this case, it has 120 calories, but only 50 milligrams of sodium. So this is still a good cracker, but not nearly as high in salt as many of them on the market. And then there are products out there where you can make your own broths that are sodium free. So if you're making soup and other products, you can find things that are lower in sodium. And again, for some people with cardiovascular disease, that's very important to try to reduce the sodium levels in food. Now, if we look here at some of the materials that our government had, ChooseMyPlate.gov has a nice brochure that talks about the sodium in that. And I've written a nutrition health textbook entitled Healthy Eating Made Easy. It says here, straightforward and sound nutritional advice for a healthy lifestyle. You can learn more about this book at www.dredmondshealthyeating.com.